What's going on, guys? Really excited to be back for NHL. We had a day off on Monday. We are going to have the start of some new series here on Tuesday. We have a 4-game slate with one game sticking out with the highest over/under, which shouldn't be too hard to figure out when you just look at the teams that are playing. We do have definitely some injury news to monitor, so make sure if you're playing, especially the classic slate where the games are spread out over such a long period of time, that you are really making sure that you're leaving the correct spots available, like not using your utility in the first game if you need to pivot or make a change. All of our slates are covered, core plays, line rushes, etc., in our premium NHL Discord channel. You can sign up below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like it, comment, any way to continue to get this free content. It helps us a ton. So let's get into the slate. We'll start with the odds, thanks to Bovada. I will be using Daily Faceoff. Thank you to them. Give credit to them for some line rushes, but they're definitely nothing set in stone in terms of the playoffs. As I've mentioned on basically every video, you will see late changes that are not just announced in morning skate or even half an hour before. It might be 5 minutes before. So we have Tampa Bay Lightning coming in as minus 175 favorite against the Columbus Blue Jackets. We know the Blue Jackets played phenomenal against the Maple Leafs. Korpisalo with another shutout. I think the run probably ends here against Tampa Bay. But if Stamkos is not healthy enough to play, then I think that definitely would give the Blue Jackets a chance here. Dallas and Calgary. Basically a pick 'em right now with the lowest over/under on the entire slate at 5. So it is definitely less appealing in terms of that, but it is reflective in the pricing. So I think you're getting a discount on some elite skaters, but it's because the total is expected to be low. The Hurricanes and the Bruins, another one that is expected to be low scoring. The Bruins are a minus 130 favorite. Pastrnak did not practice today. I think he's deemed questionable, but likely to play tomorrow. He hasn't gone pointless in the playoffs so far here in the bubble. And then we have the Vegas Golden Knights against the Chicago Blackhawks with an over/under of 6.5, where we should see Max Pacioretty come back into the lineup, replacing Chandler Stevenson on the top line, which we'll get into that a little bit. But his price is not really discounted, so that's a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping sometimes you catch like the return of an injury, you catch a discount on those players, but not today. So let's start out with the center position. For once, we don't have guys in the upper eights like McDavid and Draisaitl and Matthews and McKinnon. So we have Bergeron leading the slate at 7,100, Aho at 6,900, and then we jump all the way down to Point at 6,100, Sagan at 59, Monahan at 57, Carlson at 55. So I think in this range, if we see Sagan come back to form, which I think we did see that last game, one of those last games with 5 shots on goal, I think Sagan is still too cheap at 5,900. In terms of a floor play plus upside, I think he's got more floor than someone like Braden Point, definitely more floor than Monahan, and definitely more floor than someone like William Karlsson. Now, if you're targeting where the total is, then you really like William Karlsson, who will likely be paired. Assuming these line rushes stay similar, they could definitely swap. Because I think back in the season, you had Stastny in between Stone and Patches, where here, right now it's showing Stastny in between Marchessault and Riley Smith. But Karlsson played with Marchessault and Riley Smith for a majority of the year, so that definitely could happen. So just be on the lookout for those line rushes as they come out. So if you're not paying for Bergeron, which I think he's okay, I think he's performed okay in this time, but again, his shot floor is not that high. So if he doesn't get an assist or a goal, I don't think he pays off the $7,100 price tag. Now, granted, if we go back to the regular season, we know that Bergeron, Marchand, and Pastrnak basically were the best correlated line in the league for a while. I mean, I think the only other one that really probably challenged them is when Colorado kept the McKinnon, Rantanen, and Landeskog line together for a while. That was pretty dominant. But then we have Aho here. Again, it's a tough matchup against Boston, but you cannot, absolutely not ignore these stat lines. 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 assists, 1 goal, 1 assist, 5 shots on goal. So I think I'm not going to tell you to fade Aho at all here. I think he is certainly in play. The upside is there. I just think it is a tough matchup, a harder matchup than he saw against who were they playing previously? The Rangers. I mean, 9-day difference. So Aho's form, amazing. Matchup, not really. Bergeron probably will be following him around most of the game. Again, then you're going to be looking at the mid-range section. If you use Braden Point, likely you'll be paired up with Kucharov. That would be a nice correlated pairing. Otherwise, you have Sagan. You could use Monahan and pair him with Johnny Goudreau. And then Carlson pairing him, depending on what we get for line rushes tomorrow, with Marchessault, Smith, Stone, Patches, whatever line he ends on. Go down here further for a little bit of value. Jonathan Taves at 5,300 has played really well. 2 assists, 2 goals. His floor is definitely lower if he's not getting, his shots and goal totals he's not going to probably reach the 5 bonus. But again, this is a 6.5 over under. I do like him to get on the score sheet. I also like Kirby Dach as probably my favorite value center play. Just playing massive minutes and getting shots on goal, getting assists. So he likely would be my favorite value on the entire slate for the center position for sure. And then you could go down, you could punt with someone like Wenberg. I think some of these punts you're going to have to see what the line rushes come out like. But Kirby Dach, my favorite punt play. Trocheck's probably too cheap. You can use Stastny, pairing him with whatever line rush they come out with. Let's go to the winger position. Kucharov, 8,000. Kucharov is an elite play. He is definitely more, if you're comparing him and Pastrnak here, Kucharov has a better matchup. Kucharov has less of a shots floor, but probably a higher chance at goal and assist here. Pastrnak, I can't even say that. Pastrnak, has one of the highest point totals in the entire league, but also has a shot floor of, 4 to 5 shots on goal. So you see here 6 shots on goal, 5. So he can get to that double digits without the goal or assist. The beauty with him is when he gets that 5 shots on goal and then he already has an assist or adds a goal to it. Now you're looking in that 20, 25 point range. So I think that might be a decision most people have to make on the slate. And then you also have Patrick Kane here at 7,400 in the highest total game. Somebody else who has a massive shot floor. And then Max Pacioretty here. So, these top 4, you can probably play 2 of them. It just depends on how you want to correlate. If you're game stacking, Chicago and Vegas, you can use these 2. Maybe use one of them and Pastrnak. That's kind of going to be kind of up to you. But hopefully, if Pastrnak is in, it might make it a little bit more difficult. But we'll get to that. Columbus is playing really good defense, but they are giving up a lot of shots on goal. Stamkos, I think, is listed as won't be available for game 1. So that does take me off of Tampa Bay just as a whole a little bit. Take away probably their second best player, and it's not as intriguing. Mark Stone, 6,700, a little bit more of a discount from somebody like Patches up here. So I like him in play. And you go down here to Marchessault, 6,000 is a really nice price tag for someone like him. His shot floor has gone away a little bit from what it used to be. But he definitely has the upside to, net a couple goals, especially in a correlated pairing. Cam Atkinson can basically, shoulder the entire load for the Columbus Blue Jackets. He has a high shot on goal floor. So if he does get behind a goal or assist, he's likely crushing value at 5,500. Johnny Goudreau, same thing, 6,200. You can pair him up with Monahan. Again, the over-under is 5, so just be careful with that. I think that limits his upside quite a bit. Riley Smith at 4,800 would be more of a correlated play rather than playing him in isolation because he just doesn't have that great of a floor. Similar nice value here with Alex Tuck. Likely would stick on the third line unless they really switch some things around. So it might be tough for him to find a correlated pairing. I'm assuming a lot of people will try to go to Chandler Stevenson here, but he likely will not be on that first pairing, assuming those things happen. Texier has been a target for me in a lot of these slates, 3,000. And look at the time on ice, 21 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. He's got a shot floor, and he's skating on the first line with Dubois and Atkinson. one of my favorite values of the slate, Texier. Along with Niederreiter, he has also been consistently a popular value. And now here's another one. Again, I don't love targeting underdogs, but if I'm using it for value, I think it's definitely viable. Liam Foti, I think was on the second line. So it was a really nice value, especially in showdown. 3 shots on goal and scored a goal. I mean, the time on ice is pretty impressive here. It's not like he's just getting 10, 11 minutes and then hardly, playing after that. So I think he's a really solid value. Him and Texier, you probably don't play both. I think Texier has a higher floor, but if you need that extra 3,000 or you want to be a little bit different, you can go that way too. Nylander, again, is down here. The minutes have gone down. The pairing's not as good. So the value in him is pretty much gone. Love Kirby Dach way more than him. All right, let's go over to the defender position where we should see Dougie Hamilton back tomorrow, which will help out Carolina a lot, at least offensively. Well, I mean, they haven't needed the help against the Rangers, but you need a little bit more firepower here against Boston. Shea Theodore, being the most expensive defenseman on the slate, is pretty insane, but you can't argue against the form. 2 assists, 4 shots on goal, 2 goals, 7 shots on goal. I mean, he does love to shoot the puck. So in a game, again, that says a 6.5 total. Shea Theodore is definitely in play. Dougie Hamilton is expected to be back, so he's in play. Mark Giordano, I like, but it's a low-scoring game, so it's a little bit less intriguing. Someone like Seth Jones and Cash is always nice. He's going to just log the minutes, so he's got the opportunities to get the assists, shots on goal. He likely would get the shot block bonus here. I can't see a way he doesn't. He had 5.54. So I think Seth Jones is a nice play as well. Torrey Krug can be used as a correlated play in Boston stacks. Sammy Vatanen will probably see his role decrease a little bit. Same with Jakob Slavin, just with the return of Dougie Hamilton. Then you have somebody like Nate Schmidt, if you want to target another player from the Vegas game, has been seeing massive ice time. Just isn't going to put as many shots on goal as you would see with somebody like Shea Theodore, but you're getting almost a $2,000 discount on someone like Nate Schmidt in a high-paced game that the Blackhawks don't really play much defense, so I do like Nate Schmidt quite a lot there. Duncan Keith can be used in a pairing with a Chicago stack. As we move down here, these guys, a lot of these guys have value, and most of their value is in like their block shots. So if they can get the block shot bonus, you can definitely look that way. But I think these are the ones that you really need to be tracking close to lock as well, because this is where you get somebody that's all of a sudden rolled out and you are not prepared to pivot. So someone like TJ Brody gets a ton of ice time for someone that's 3,400. But you are really kind of depending on him to get that block bonus, and then you get 6.9, which I think you're pretty happy with at that price tag, doubling his salary basically. You could even look back to someone like Gustafsson, who's been pretty popular because of the power play time, and he has actually converted on some of that. But look at like his ice time is so low, so if you take away these assists, so you really has to maximize the opportunity cost that he's getting there. Someone like Ryan McDonough is somebody that will be on the ice a ton as well for 3,700, and really will create a nice floor with the shots on goal and block shots. So he's a nice value. It doesn't have a lot of risk, probably minimal upside. You only see 12 assists in 53 games, but 3,700 is tough to go wrong there. Duncan Keith cooled off a little bit after a couple first games, but the time on ice is just insane for this guy. He's on the ice the whole game. So blocking shots usually gets behind 1 assist in these high-scoring games. So I do like Duncan Keith as well for 4,300. So as I'm even talking myself through these defensemen, it is making me feel less and less inclined to pay up really high for somebody like Dougie or Theodore when we have so many great mid to low options like Nate Schmidt, Duncan Keith, Ryan McDonough, TJ Brody, so there's a lot of good options within the middle there that you don't have to pay up top. It just depends on how much you're looking to correlate. Goalie position, I don't really like to talk too much about. I think, you're going to likely, I really like maybe somebody like Kucharov or whoever is going to be a net for Boston at home, because I know Carolina puts a lot of shots on goal, and Boston is a small favorite. If you want to go just for the lowest total, and then just go to the cheaper side, Kudovan or probably Talbot, or Ben Bishop, whichever ones are in net there. If you have a lean on a side that you like better, Calgary or Dallas, you can go that way as well. Other than that, I probably would not play a goalie in the Vegas game. That probably wouldn't be ideal. Vasilevsky will be probably maybe the most popular cash goalie, is the biggest favorite on the slate at 8,300. So that's where I'm at. Again, hit the like, subscribe button. Hopefully you're enjoying this content. All the showdowns will be covered within the Discord channel as well. And I'm working on getting some, like cash GPP diagrams out with the line rushes as they come out, in order to help the subscribers build with the core plays that we provide at Fantasy Sports Insight. So hit that subscribe button. Again, that means a lot to me and our group. And I will hopefully catch some of you in the Discord channel. Otherwise, I will catch you tomorrow when I record again and post some more content. Thanks.